Welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Frank Skinner. In the news this week, after finishing the first gig of their comeback tour, there's a worrying sight backstage for the Cheeky Girls. In a deprived area of Detroit, a baby receives the news that his biological father is multi-millionaire Tiger Woods. And at home in Hull, a nostalgic John Prescott gets out the scrapbook and relives some happy memories. On Ian Hislop's team is someone who was recently seen on television walking all over England. No, it's not the German football team, it's Janet Street Porter. With Paul Merton tonight is an American comedian who says he likes working in the UK because it's much harder to offend the audience. What? These ugly bastards? Oh, you're right. Please welcome Reginald D. Hunter. And we start with the bigger stories of the week. Ian and Janet, take a look at this.
Oh, it's Osborne's hammer.
Yep.
Danny Alexander in slow motion.
Deliberately giving us a leak.
Yeah, telling us 500,000 to be unemployed. Good news.
There were so many leaks about this.
Oh, look, there's the entire Air Force.
Oh, yeah. Has it got an aircraft carrier to land on?
No, it's going to dive bomb it. Hello, sir. Would you like to walk the plank? Oh, God, is that the army?
It's a minister looking a bit of a prat.
It's Dr. Fox, and they haven't given him a parachute.
Look, I'm really confused about the comprehensive spending review because now it's going to be... I've got to be older to be a pensioner. I am a pensioner already, but now pensions are going to go up and up and up, so you've got to be 66.
Yeah, we're not going to pay you a pension now. Look at you. There's years of life in you yet.
Yeah, there is, actually. I listened to George Osborne today, going on and on and on about all the things that pensioners have still got. We've still got our bus passes, we've still got our eye tests, we've still got our free prescriptions.
You still got your teeth?
90% of my IQ, because I read in the Daily Mail or something last week that if you walk 9 miles a week, Alzheimer's is still on the horizon.
Yeah, but if you read the Daily Mail, your IQ plummets. Anyway, the rich are going to be absolutely cash-strapped by this. So if you've got any sympathy left, it's for David and George. Because we're all in it together. Except them. It is pretty savage. And we haven't got any armed forces anymore. Unbelievable feats of logic. We're building 2 aircraft carriers that everyone agrees we don't need. They can't have aircraft on them because they haven't got any aircraft.
Helicopters can land on them now.
Yeah, but not now because they haven't been built yet. We're scrapping the aircraft carrier we have, and the only reason we're building the aircraft carriers is because the contract has been signed already. We've spent billions of pounds on these ships that nobody wants, so we've got to build them anyway.
Don't be picky.
Well, it's a bloody big thing to build with nothing to go on it, isn't it? Can't they use it for housing? Now they're cancelling all this social...
What, social housing floating around the country?
If you don't pay your rent, they shoot you out of a torpedo tube.
Did you say a prison?
Yeah.
That'd be a great idea, floating prison.
I thought we had our floating prisons.
Yeah, no, we had. We had great big hulks in the Thames, full of Asbos.
People tried to tunnel their way out, didn't they? It was terrible.
It must be rather sad for the Prince of Wales. He's finally got a boat named after him, and they're going to scrap it.
You also have to think, too, like, if you're a leader of the British government, you're going around with other leaders around the world, and they got new aircraft carriers. How'd look you up there, and you got this old aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't say nothing, but you know they're thinking, you know.
Other countries will be able to use these. The French are going to use them.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll be handy for landing in England.
Yeah. It could just be like a bridge. You could just walk across. Yeah, they're going to be adapted to their specific operational requirements.
What, I mean, bigger kitchens and swanky chefs? And
Yeah. Less showers.
Fewer showers, honestly.
Oh, sorry, fewer showers. There's one thing I hate, it's ungrammatical racism. So, helicopters can land on water anyway, can't they just have those, like, floats on the bottom
Yeah,
of them?
I've seen those, yeah.
Well, that's much cheaper than building 2 aircraft carriers, surely.
The last time I went on a helicopter was...
But the point
Well,
of
I
landing
better
on the
not say.
ship is you get refuelled and then...
What was it about the last helicopter trip that you said you'd better not say? Sounded quite interesting.
All right, I went horse racing and my hat was too big to get in the helicopter.
How did the
I
horse
had
get on?
some row with a mouthy pilot who said, "You're a safety hazard with that hat on." I went, "All right, I'm not taking it off, I'll sit with my head sideways." I nearly got a neck injury all the way from Battersea to Ascot like that.
Well, we're all in it together now, John.
I think you've lost a bit of pension-based sympathy with that story. My
That was a
helicopter
long-
trip to Ascot.
That was 10 years ago.
Did you use your freedom pass on it?
I wasn't a pensioner 10 years ago, Frank.
No, I never thought that. I can't believe
Not
you're...
that old.
No, it's hard to believe you're a pensioner now.
Yeah, unlike Cliff Richard, I haven't got a crepey neck either.
No.
No, don't tell me there are some Cliff fans in the audience. They're like the plague, they're everywhere you go.
It was all very well you attacking the government over spending cuts, but not Cliff Richard.
Well, to be fair, I think she's attacking the fans who she has described as like the plague.
Which major international figure offered support for the government's efforts to cut the deficit?
Oh, was it Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I've got a picture of me sitting, well, I was several stone lighter, on Arnold Schwarzenegger's arm.
What the hell are you talking about?
Just that
I was sitting on his arm.
I'm sitting on his arm, he's doing that bicep-y thing,
Yeah.
Well,
and I'm
Oh, I
posed.
thought you meant it was a ventriloquist act. So do you know what Cameron's joke was on the steps of Downing Street about Arnie's visit?
Did he say, "I'll be back"?
Incredibly, he didn't. You would have put money on it, wouldn't you?
What did he say?
He said, "He's here to help me terminate the budget deficit." Come on.
oh, man.
According to the Telegraph, Arnold said it's important not to be an economic girly man. So the intelligence services are getting £1 billion more. Why?
To combat cyber terrorism.
Yeah, cyber terrorism. That is just another euphemism for spying on us morning, noon and night, because now they're going to track all our... every time we log on to websites and every time we
they?
Google... Yes.
Oh, dear.
So they're calling it cyber terrorism. Thought we managed to get ID cards binned. They're back.
They came
way.
back bigger, badder,
They came
meaner,
back,
stronger.
exactly.
Yeah,
This
I'm with you
is
on this one,
surveillance
Street
under
Boy.
another name.
You're like a hero to me. Street Boy.
Don't get carried away.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like the rest of us just to subtly leave and just... the two of you just, you know...
So this week, the BBC News decided to take to the streets to ask people where they thought the axe should fall. So let's have a look at the great British public in action.
We set up shop to find out what kind of savings people might be prepared to make.
Could you do with a fortnightly bin collection?
No.
Could you do with fewer streetlights at night?
No.
Could you do with fewer libraries?
No.
Quangos are being slashed.
What's a quango?
It's a cross between a tango and a croissant.
Sounds all right.
Yeah.
I remember Johnny Quango, the wrestler. Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah, he was very good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in an automobile accident and couldn't get an erection after.
It's not one of the holds in professional wrestling, so... not a legal hold, anyway. It's not legal.
No. He ended up with half Nelson.
Really?
Well, there's one Quango that did go, which I personally will miss quite a lot. That is the Government Hospitality Advisory Committee on the purchase of wine.
I don't think a quango is what you think it is.
How have the French been reacting to talk of cuts?
Strikes, riots on the street. Anger. 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 They say the word anger very much like that. Anger. They can't speak English like we do.
You caught it right, though. They have been rioting and striking at petrol refineries.
They love it.
How all they do. You can say what you like about the French. No, you can say what you like.
There was a group of school children on the streets campaigning against an increased pension age. I mean, that's forward-looking for you.
The best news to come out of France recently is that Carla Bruni was told she wasn't welcome. The Pope didn't want to meet her because Sarkozy, in a desperate bid to prop up his popularity ratings, flew off to Rome to meet the Pope, and she wasn't allowed to come along.
Is she not a Catholic?
She's a Catholic, but I think her past got in the way.
She used to be a hoe.
I don't think that remarkable,
I don't know if the Pope should be worried about other people's past, necessarily.
And in the middle of their financial crisis, what's German Chancellor Angela Merkel been saying?
Multiculturalism doesn't work, is what she says.
But, you know, Germany kind of felt like that, like, back in the 30s and 40s, didn't it? That's not like a new thing for Germany. We can't even get all mad with them, like, yeah, we kind of knew y'all felt like that.
Well, just to put the icing on the cake, when she said it to the youth wing of her party. Yes, this is the long-awaited government spending review. After announcing the defence cuts, David Cameron rang the White House and made it clear that Britain is still a first-rate military power and a robust ally of the United States. To which the receptionist replied, "Thanks for the message, and how are you spelling Cameron?" The government has postponed the scrapping of our secret nuclear submarine Trident, as no one knows where it is. Reg and Paul, here's yours.
Ah, finally.
This is, of course, Mr. Wayne Rooney, currently in trouble with his club, Manchester United. There's Alex Ferguson there. That's the World Cup.
That was the World Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, OK.
And, I'm not sure what that's meant to symbolise. Yes, there's two stories going on here, I think. That's Wayne Rooney now, to avoid press attention. No, spotted him when he was on a holiday in New Zealand. Yes, Wayne Rooney wants to leave Manchester United. Have you been following this at all? Do you follow football?
I think Wayne Rooney's wife wants to leave Manchester. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I just think that, you know, when she walks around, she get people she don't even know coming up to her, giving her advice about her life. I think she probably think, yeah, they won't talk to me like this in Spain.
Well, there is a trouble if we get... you know, Spain is not very... You know, he's not very good at English, really, particularly, so... Spanish is going to be a bit of a problem, and he doesn't know the Spanish for... Is it extra if you keep your teeth in? I mean, so we don't know. We just don't know.
American Fox Sports Network was one of the first to report that Rooney would be leaving his current club.
Yeah.
It said, the headline, "Later Wankers." I'm not sure they quite got the significance of the colloquialism.
I have to admit, it don't sound like a real swear word to us.
No.
And like, even when y'all do swear, y'all make swear words sound more classy. Just like, like ass. We say ass, and y'all say ass. And it sounds like you're asking someone across the table to pass over some special sauce. Can I have a piece of that ass?
What are the possible reasons for the big fallout between Alex Ferguson and Wayne Rooney?
I thought he asked for a lot more money.
Yeah, 12
and then he
million
was
a
told
year.
you can't have more money, so he's going somewhere else.
The big argument was that Rooney contradicted Alex Ferguson over the state of his ankle.
Yeah.
Something you should never do, according to the Mirror. It said one former United insider said, "If Sir Alex says you've got two heads, you've got two heads."
Sir Alex is a bad dude, ain't he?